Hey guys, what is up? It is Spooky Noodles, and I'm in a different location today. I'm in the outskirts of Ann Arbor or something like that. Yeah. So, long story short, I went to a bookstore local of here. It was in Brighton, Michigan, and it's called Unicorn Books. Very, very good bookstore. Very nice lady who runs it. Excuse me. Really nice lady who runs it, and yeah, I just had a blast going there. I got a lot of books, and I'm gonna share with you those books. So, well, most of these books came from the bookstore. Then I went to like this little like workshop where they had just a bunch of tools and guy stuff. And I was looking, through the shelves, and while looking for DVDs, I found this first thing that I'm gonna show you. And everything's just gonna fall over now. But the first thing I got, it's still in the wrapper, and there it goes all the books. Like I said it would. Hold on one second, guys. Book kinda got away. Okay, sorry. Books, they don't want to be read. Am I right? Anyways, the first thing I got is, it's still in the wrapper, but it's Louis L'Amour's 5 classic books. I don't know what that badge says because I can't read the computer screen, but one legendary writer, 5 great books, 27 amazing stories. Wow, wait, what? 27 amazing stories? I thought it was 5 stories. Okay, cool. One of them has like a collection of stories, the other ones are novels, I believe. But anyways, yeah, see? You get 5 right there. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And yeah, I got this at one of those. The bookstore, or not the bookstore, the tool shop was called Just for Men and Everyone Else. They had some stuff. But I saw this on the DVD shelf, and I thought it was like a collection of movies that like adaptations, But no, it was books, so I was very excited, so I got it. Don't know if I do read any of these. It's probably Home in the Valley. I haven't looked at the covers yet because I haven't opened it yet, but very cool find. But now we are going to go to the unicorn books that I got. So first we're going to go through the horror books. Then we will go through Western. Yes, I did get some more Western. Don't hate me. I know this is a horror book channel, but I'm very into Westerns right now. And I think that's a good thing. So, yes. I think 2 books here are rare. The rest I just never seen before, So, well, there's one that I got for a friend, and I will point it out when I get there. But let's just start off with the first book, and that is by J.N. Williamson, and that is The Offspring. You got a little mummy there. Let me read the back real quick. Or, I probably won't... Oh, sorry if you hear something in the background. It's Lula. She likes to not sharpen her nails, but she that's what she does to what's the word? File them down. Lula, please don't. She also does it when she's bored or wants attention. So, yeah. Anyways, let's just read the back. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read the synopsis for all these books, but some of them sound interesting, so I thought I'd do it. So let's do this. In a huge house in the suburb of a Midwestern city lives a little girl named Peg. Her older brother Eric, their beautiful mother, distinguished grandfather, and one other. Like Eric and Peg, the 5th member of the family is Elizabeth Porter's child, but there the resemblance ends, the offspring. For this child was conceived thousands of years ago. It is a child of infinite cunning, infinite evil, and evil as old as time. Its powers are beyond the capacity of men's minds to comprehend or control. If it is not destroyed, one day it will rule the world, the offspring. If anything can stop it, it has to be born. So that's The Offspring by J.N. Williamson. Next, we have a book I think I own, but this is the zebra horror version, and that is The Summoning. Yeah, by Bentley Little. I thought this cover was rad, and I wasn't really sure if I owned The Summoning or not, and if I do, I own the lame cover, so now I own the really cool cover. But let me read the back real quick. I'm gonna try to be as quick as I can so this doesn't become like a 40-minute video. Like the desert that surrounded the dusty Arizona town of Rio Verde, population 10,000, the first dead body was found completely dry, purged of all blood. The sheriff, the state police, even the FBI thought it was the work of a serial killer, a case that could not be solved by routine investigation. Or I read that wrong, but you know what I mean. No one in Rio Verde wanted to believe in monsters, but Sue Wing's grandmother did. She'd seen the creature decades ago in China. She knew how such a monster appeared to its victims, the seductive guises it could take, and the terror and destruction it thrived upon. No one in Rio Verde believed in monsters, but a monster had come, thirsting for more than blood, and it would not leave until it had drunk its fill. Summoning by Bentley Little. Alright, next one. Alright, this one has a story kind of behind it. It's by the way, it's Goat Dance by Douglas Clegg. I looked for this book everywhere, and when I did find it, it was like $50 for this book. So when I was looking through the horror section, which was not that big, even though I found a lot of horror books, the horror section in this bookstore was kind of small. And she blames that on people not, bringing in books. She thinks that horror is a dying genre. So that was kind of a bummer. But when I looked through the shelf, I saw Goat Dance by Douglas Clegg, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. And it has this really cool die cut cover. You have this goat man looking over these people who are burning in the lake of hell or something. It says, an unspeakable evil seeks to unleash hell on earth. Goat Dance. And then it says stuff like Robert R. McCammon says how great he is and stuff like that. Let me read the back. Out of earth and fire it comes. The blasphemous evil once stalked the people of Pontefract, Virginia. It ravaged the living and damned their dreams into eternal darkness. Now, in the resurrected body of a young girl, it struggles to return. Surrounded by ravenous minions, wielding unspeakable powers, it seeks the one who will unleash hell on earth forever. From a brilliant imagination of Douglas Clegg comes an awesome tale of terror and madness, of unholy desires where a man or men are bound by blood and lust, and screams are buried in the raging fury of the night. Goat Dance by Douglas Clegg. Alright. This one I got for a friend. And I just, I gave this to one friend. Hey Little Thrifter. And I think she pronounced her name differently than I did, so I think she's correct. I keep saying Melanie, but it's Melanie, I think. That makes more sense. But this is Prodigal. It's pretty good condition too. I was like, wow, I gotta get it. Especially since it's in such great condition. It does have a little bit of dust on the side, but yeah. Prodigal. I already read this on my channel, so I'm not going to read this synopsis, but just know it's about like a brother coming back from the dead haunting this little girl. Well, he could be dead, he could not be dead, who knows. So that is Prodigal by Melanie Tem. Alright, now we got a book that is by Josh Webster. And this little subtitle thing says, "They were young girls whose only sin was trusting too much. Faith Killer." And you got a cool little diamond spider necklace with the girl's reflection in it. I like the font, how it's foiled and has like a red backdrop or a drop shadow. Let me read the back real quick. Time was running out. The unclean had to be purified. The wicked temptress must pay for her sins. She had many faces, and all of them must die. They were young, mixed-up kids with problems, big problems, drugs, alcohol, abuse, cults, and Sexton Grant, local addictions counselor, knew their pain. He'd lost his only brother to the streets and nearly ruined his own life with booze. Now he devoted himself to making a difference in the lives of the kids that came to the center for help. Then the killing began. One by one, the girls he tried to save fell victim to a savagery of an insane killer. As the twisted pattern of murders emerged, Grant was drawn deeper and deeper into the murderer's lethal web of deception. Only the truth could stop the slaughter, but no one knew until it was too late. Faith Killer by Josh Webster. Alright, we only have a few more horror-themed books until we dive into the westerns. So, yeah. And this one is by Thomas Tryon. It is Harvest Home. I think he wrote 3 books, and I now own 3 books by him. The Night Over Moonbow Lake or something like that. Something that has to do with the Moonbow. Then there's then there's Harvest Home. And this is the one that everyone goes gaga goo goo over. Sorry if that's offensive. I don't know if it is or not. But I don't think there is yeah, there is a synopsis. Hold on. It says right here, warning, do not read this book if you are alone. But if you do, keep repeating to yourself, it's only a book. It's only a book. It was almost as if time had not touched the village of Cornwall Combe. The quiet, peaceful place was straight out of a bygone era. With well cared for colonial houses, a white steepled church fronting the broad common, Ned and Beth Constantine chanced upon the hamlet and immediately fell in love with it. This was exactly the haven they dreamed of, or so they thought. For Ned and his family, Cornwall Combe was to become a place of ultimate terror. And the cool thing about Thomas Tryon is that he was an actor and no one really thought he could write because he was a good-looking guy. And he proved them wrong by writing 3 books. So, and I hear Harvest Home is the best out of the 3 that he wrote. Moonbow is a coming-of-age book. Night of the Moonbow, I think is what it's called. It's a coming-of-age book. The other and Harvest Home are not. So, alright. Next we have another Douglas Clegg book. And that is one I don't own, at least I don't think I own, and that is The Infinite. And it says here, winner of the International Horror Guild Award and the Bram Stoker Award. Bram Stoker is a big one, let me tell you. This is a leisure horror, by the way. I haven't been saying what they are. I have like 2 zebras, 1 pocket, 1 Dell, 1 BMI, and 1 faucet, so... yeah, this is leisure. Alright. This is a long one, so strap in. Harrow is haunted, they say. The mansion is a place of tragedy and nightmares, evil and insanity. First it was a madman's fortress, then it became a school. Now it is empty. An obsessed woman named Ivy Martin wants to bring the house back to life. And Jack Fleetwood, a ghost hunter, wants to find out what lurks within Harrow. Together they assemble the people who they believe can pierce the mansion's shadows. A group of strangers with varying motives and abilities gathers out at the house called Harrow in the Hudson Valley to reach another world that exists within the house. A world of wonders, a world of desires, a world of nightmares. That is Douglas Clegg, The Infinite. Alright, we got 2 more books, I believe. I think. Oh, wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yep, this is the last one. Alright, so this is the last one, and this was a... Well, I didn't even know about this one. I collected a bunch of Stephen Law books, or Stephen Law's books, and I have, I think, all of them now. But this is Furiosity, or Ferocity, I should say. And it says, author of Darkfall and Fear Me. Fans of early King McCammon and Ramsey Campbell should enjoy Laws. Alright, let's read the back. Something is stalking the Northumberland moors. No one is sure exactly what it is, but something is slaughtering sheep and other livestock. There have been sightings of a big cat, a huge feral creature that has so far managed to elude capture. Some of the locals are terrified, while others scoff that it's only a legend. Still, the killings continue. Kathy Lane is a young novelist and her mother, eager to explore her new home in rural Northumberland. To her, the legendary beast of the moors is excellent fodder for the new novel. How could she know, as she begins her research, that the beast is no mere myth? How could she foresee the terror that awaits for her, crouching in the dark? So that's Ferocity by Stephen Laws. My buddy Edward Lauren said great things about Stephen Laws, so I went and bought pretty much all of his books. I didn't even know this one existed, so now I own it. So I thought that was pretty neat. Alright, so that's enough of horror. Now, I think I have 9 westerns here. I had 8 horror books, but I have 9 westerns here. And we're just gonna go with the first one, which is in great condition. And it's actually a book that I recently read, or watched, I should say. And that is The Oxbow Incident by Walter Van Tilburg Clark. I like the cover on this one, except for the big crease on it, of course. But yeah, let me read the back for you guys. But if you've watched my movie review, you will already know what this is about. But here we go. This is a searing study of mob justice. The story takes place in the Old West, but it could happen anywhere, anytime, that men of action let their anger goad them into taking the law into their own hands. Published in 1940, this powerful narrative was immediately hailed as a work of art. The Oxbow Incident is a triumph of restraint and workmanship. The tenseness that builds and eddies and comes back stronger is beautiful, geared to the temper of each central character and the shifting emotions of the mob, as doubt, anger, stubbornness, physical cold, pity, and revulsion hold them in turn, said Max Grisson in the New Republic. Oh my god, I can't read. Ben Ray Redmond described it in the Saturday Reviews as a sinewy masculine tale that progressively tightens its grip on the reader. And Clifton Fademan summed up the verdict of all the critics when he called this modern classic a masterpiece, with an afterword by Walter Prescott Webb. The Oxbow Incident. Dun dun dun! Okay. Alright, next we have... I got this because of the pretty font on the cover. And the synopsis, of course. And it also says he's the a Spur Author Award winner. So that's pretty cool. Or a Spur Award winning author. And he wrote this book called Fool's Coach. And this is Richard S. Wheeler, Where the River Runs. Let me read the small synopsis here. I say it's small, but it's actually pretty big. Captain Captain Jedediah Owen left Fort Leavenworth in the spring of 1849 with 12 men on a peaceful mission to treat with the tribes of the far northern territory. He said goodbye to his love and vowed he would return to her in the waters of the wild Missouri, and then he vanished without a trace. The army is convinced no one could survive the harsh cholera-infested winter of the Montana Territory. But Susanna St. George, Owen's strong-willed fiancée, knows he still lives. With her father's reluctant blessing, she sets forth to prove the army wrong, the first white woman to brave the treacherous lands of the far tribes. She searches for the man who left her with the words, "Where the river runs, there will I be." Thought that was pretty cool. Different than most. That was a tour, by the way, and then the other one, the Oxbow incident, was a signet. So, yeah. All right, next we have this one. Sounded really cool to me. And it's in great condition. It's a leisure western. This is also an author that won the Spur Award. Or this is actually the book that won the Spur Award. And this is Fire in the Rainbow. And it's his first time in paperback. Let me read it. Red Rock County, Colorado has a population of 999 people. The beef population, however, is mysteriously decreasing as various local ranches begin reporting missing and stolen cattle. When it's discovered the cattle with doctored brands are being sold across the Colorado border and New Mexico territory, it falls on Deputy Sheriff Cale Parker to investigate. As Cale starts to dig deeper into the disappearances, he quickly learns that there are people in the county who would like very much to see the human population decrease by one, namely one nosy deputy. And it says Rustler Trouble. So this one looks really cool and sounds really cool. So I got it. Alright, next. This one's a small one. I mean, it's not that small, but let me see here. It's very nice paperback too. It's 166 pages. And that is Quinn Cannon by Bill Pronzini. And once again, this is an award-winning author. I don't know if it's a winner of the Spur Award, but this is a Berkeley Western novel. So let's read the back. Oh, and this is a big back. So let's go. Bound by Oath. It has been 30 years since the Secret Service was founded, an elite circle of men who, each according to his blood-signed oath, must recognize that his service belongs to the government through 24 hours of every day. John Quinn Cannon's father was one of the founding few, and in the Quinn Canyon line, the apple does not fall far from the tree. Bound for revenge. Secret Service agent John Quincannon has found little joy in his life since a stray bullet of his caught an innocent, expectant young woman, killing both mother and child. Now still in mourning, a year later, Quincannon can only find solace at the bottom of the jug of sour mash. But he'll have to buck up and sober up. For his next mission, the service needs Quincannon to bring down a major counterfeiting ring responsible for the death of one of his colleagues. And staying sober won't be easy when there's a young lady in town who's a dead ringer for his late victim. Quincannon. Cool book, very good condition. I saw this and was like, this is a really good looking book, you know. Let's read what it's about. Read what it's about and it sounded interesting. So there you go. Alright, next we have one with a crummy sticker on it. I hate when they get these stickers on them. But This is Al San Antonio's West Texas, which I actually have another copy of this. I didn't realize I bought two, but one is in paperback and one is in hardback. So you'll see the hardback later, but this is West Texas by Al San Antonio. I'll read the back for you guys, and then we'll move on to the next book. But Al San Antonio wrote a bunch of Halloween horror novels for leisure, I think. And people like his horror a lot. So I thought I'd give him a chance. Hopefully this isn't a... I don't know... Now just read back. Let's do it. Lieutenant Thomas Mullen may be retired from the U.S. Cavalry, but he's still considered the best tracker around. So when a senator's son turns up missing, Mullen is the man called upon to find him. It doesn't take long for Mullen to figure out that quite a few travelers and cowboys have disappeared recently in the same area, and the desolate, inhospitable land is offering no clues, only shallow graves. As he investigates further, Mullen finds himself pitted against a killer stranger who is deadlier than any he's faced before. West Texas, Al San Antonio. Alright, next we have Johnny D. Boggs. And this one won a Western Heritage Award. And this is called Mojave. Or, for the illiterate, Mojave. Okay, sorry, I'm stupid. Alright, let's read the back. I actually got this for a friend because he's writing a book based in the Mojave Desert. So, and I know he knows what the Mojave Desert looks like and stuff because he lived in Arizona, but for a brief period of time. But I thought I'd give this to him because maybe it describes things, you know, and maybe he can take those descriptions and, you know, get a better understanding for the landscape or something. I don't know. But anyways, let me read the back for you. Till death do us part. Stranded in the Mojave Desert, Micah Bishop is about to cash in his chips for good when he's rescued by an unlikely savior. Whip Watson is hand-delivering 24 brides to the silver boom town of Calico, where miners are going loco for companionship. Better still, Watson asks Micah if he'd help escort the wagons, and far be it for Micah to pass up both cash and some very pretty faces. But Micah doesn't know that Whip Watson has some killer competition. Candy Crutchfield is racing to get to Calico first, with her own maids in waiting. Neither Watson or Crutchfield are going to back down. Both are willing to kill to beat the competition. Now Micah is going to find out just how far he'll go for a buck. Because these wives aren't what they seem, and they're all about to be delivered straight into the living hell. So that is Mojave by Johnny D. Boggs. Now we're going on to the next one, if I can grab it. The next one is Where the Bullet Flies. And this is a Sheriff Aaron Mackey Western. But it's also by Terrence McCauley. And that name rings a bell, and I don't know why. I believe he wrote... I'm pretty sure this one won a Spur Award, but I think he wrote... If I'm not mistaken, I'm probably mistaken, so I apologize, but I'm pretty sure he wrote, now what was the book called? Sorry. No Country for Old Men? I think that's what it was. I don't know, but this one is Where the Bullet Flies. Where the bullets fly, vengeance reigns. If anyone can smell an investment opportunity, it's railroad men and big city bankers. They're not the kind of folks that Sheriff Mackey is used to dealing with. But greed is greed, and if anyone knows how money can drive men to murder, It's the sheriff of the boomtown like Dover Station. But when Mackie is forced to gun down a pair of saloon rats, it brings a powder keg of trouble with a quick burning fuse of vengeance named Alexander Dermont. This bloodthirsty psychopath wants to kill the sheriff for killing his buddies, and he plans to get his revenge using a highly combustible mix of fire, fear, and dynamite. Mackie's not sure how he's going to stop the blood-crazed lunatic, but it's going to be one heck of an explosive and very violent showdown. So that's Where the Bullets Fly by Terrence McCauley. Alright, next we have another small one, and this is Winter of the Wolf. And I have no idea what this is about, but if it's half as cool as the cover, then it's going to be good. Jory Sherman. This is Tor, I think. Yeah. Winter of the Wolf. The attack came while the men were away from the settlement, when only the women and children and few old men were around to set up for a defense. There was no time. There were only the dead, the dying, and the 3 missing Simmons girls. And there was Jack Horn. He lived among the Arapaho and now lived outside the settlement, misunderstood, disturbed, and the only man with any chance at all of saving the girls. In a land on the other side of the civilization, Horn begins to track Redwing and his band. The search through the wilderness is brutal, almost as brutal as the mountain man's confrontation with his own past. So, I'm not usually a fan of westerns that demonize Native Americans, but this one sounded very interesting to me, and it's not, the back doesn't make it sound like anything bad, but you never know. But the cover was cool, the name of the book was cool, the synopsis was cool, so I got it. Alright, this next one is the last paperback, and that is Noose by Eric Red. It's his bounty, it's your neck. So this one is, here's the cover. This is a new Western series, by the way. So this is like the first in a series or something. I don't know. But here we go. Or is this not the first? This is not the first. Never mind. That's a bummer. But never mind. Let's read this. It sounded good, so I didn't read all the back. But And by the way, Jack Ketchum blurbed this, saying, "In the Old West, there are bad guys and even badder guys, but Eric Reds are the biggest, baddest of all." Meet Joe Noose, a good bounty hunter with a bad attitude. In a cutthroat world of bounty hunters, Joe Noose is as honest as they come, which isn't saying much. Just look at his less than honest colleagues. They framed Joe for a murder they committed. They made sure Joe's face wound up on the wanted poster. Now they're gonna hunt Joe down and collect the reward money. There's just one problem. Joe Noose thinks it's his bounty. It's his reward, and it's their funeral. So that's Noose by Eric Red. And then last but definitely not least, we have hardback, Al San Antonio, West Texas. This is an Evans novel of the West, which I don't know if the other one said that. Did it? No, it did not. I thought this was pretty cool. I didn't realize I bought the paperback already. The hardback edition is only, if I can flip the page, 150 pages. So yeah, I already read what it's about, so you guys don't need to know that. And that is it. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a 30-minute book haul, but hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I enjoy all the books that I got. especially some of these westerns. The Oxbow Incident is just one that I'm very curious to read, even though I saw the movie already. Maybe the book ends differently. I don't know. What other one? Fear in the Rainbow sounded very interesting to me. And there was one other one, but I can't think of which one it was that I really found interesting. But anyways, those are my books. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are having a great day. Nothing really else to say other than have a spooky night and peace out.